Welcome to the video lecture series on chemical process plant design and economics. Myself, Jaimin Pandya, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So let's continue with the chapter Introduction. The chemical engineer must never lose the sight of practical limitation involved in design. It may be possible to determine exact pipe diameter for optimum economical design, but this does not mean that the exact size must be in use or must be used in final design. Suppose the pipe diameter is a 3.43 inch or can say that 8.71 centimeter. It would be impractical to have special diameter fabricated with the inside diameter of 3.43 inch. Instead, the engineer would choose the standard pipe which could be purchased at regular market price. In case of recommended pipe size would be a 3.5 inch diameter pipe having inside diameter is a 3.55 inch or can say that 9.02 centimeter. If the engineer happen to very continuous about the getting a adequate return on investment, he or she might be say a standard 3-inch pipe will be required. Less investment would probably only increase the total cost slightly. Therefore, I think should be compare the cost within a 3-inch pipe to cost with 3.5-inch pipe before the making any final decision. Theoretically, the consequence engineer is correct in this case. Suppose the total cost of install 3.5 inch pipe is a $5,000 and the total cost of the installed 3-inch pipe is $4,500. If total year saving of power and fixed charge using 3.5 inch pipe instead of 3-inch pipe where $25 yearly percentage return on extra $500, investment would be only 5%. Since it should be possible to invest extra 5% elsewhere to give more than 5% return, it would be appear that 3-inch diameter pipe would be preferable over the 3.5-inch diameter pipe. So this is all about the practical consideration in design. Now let's talk about the optimization. Optimization is a use of specific method to determine the most cost effective and efficient solution to a problem or design for a process. This technique is one of the major quantity tool in industrial decision making. A wide variety of problem in decision, construction, operation and analysis of chemical plant can be resolved by the optimization. If there are two or more methods for obtaining exactly equivalent final result, the preferable method would be one involving least total cost. This basis of optimum economical design. The chemical engineer often select the final design on basis of condition giving the least total cost. In many cases, however, alternative design do not give final product or result that exactly equivalent. It then becomes necessary to consider the quarterly of the product of operation as well as the total cost. When the engineers speak of optimum economical design, it's ordinary mean that cheapest one selected from the number of equivalent design. Various types of optimum economic design required may be encountered in design work. For example, it may be desirable to choose a design which give maximum profit per unit of time or minimum cost unit of production. Many processes require definite condition of temperature, pressure, contact time or other variable. If the base results are obtained, it is often possible to make partial separation of this optimum condition from direct economical consideration. In this case, the base design, the design as the optimum operation design. The chemical engineer should be remembered, however, the economical consideration ultimately determine most qualitative decision. The optimum operational design is used morely tool or step development of optimum economical design. Optimization can be applied in number of ways to chemical process and plant. Type of project in which optimum has been used include the determining the base site for the plant location, routing tank for the distribution of crude and refining product, sizing of layout of pipeline, designing equipment and entire plant, scheduling maintenance and equipment replacement, operating equipment such as a tubular reactor, column and absorber, equivalent plant data to construct a model of process, minimize inventory charge, allocating resources and service among all the process. A best example of optimization in chemical industry is a common problem encountered in large chemical company involves the distribution of single product Y manufactured at several plant location. Generally, the product need to be delivered to several customers located at various distance from each plant. It is therefore desirable to determine how much Y must be product at reach to M plants such as a Y1, Y2 to Ym, and how, for example, Ym should be allocated to each N demand product such as a Ym1, Ym2, Ymn. The cost minimization solution of this problem not only involves the transportation cost between the each supply and demand point but also production cost versus capacity curve for each plant. This individual plant probably change with respect to the nominal product rate, and some plant may be more efficient than other one having been constructed at the later date. Both these factors contribute the unique functionality between the production cost and production rate. Because of the particular distribution of the transportation cost, it may be desirable to manufacture more product from old insufficient plant than have new efficient one, because the new customer may be located very close to the old plant. On other hand, if the old plant is operated far above its design rate, costs could be become more costs could be become more, forcing a reallocation by the other plant in split of high transportation costs. In addition, no doubt constraints exist on production level from the each plant that also affect product distribution plan. There are also other examples of optimization in chemical industry. Is the optimum insulation thickness, optimum reflux ratio in distillation column, optimum operational condition for the boiler. So these all are basic example of optimization in chemical industry. So this is all about the optimization. Now let's talk about the feasibility of plant design. Before any detailed work is done on the design, the technical and economical factor of the proposed process should be examined, and the various reaction physical process involved must be considered along with the existing and potential make condition for the particular product. A preliminary survey of this type of indication of probably success of project, and also so the additional information is necessary to make the complete evaluation. So there are various factors which affect on feasibility of plant design, such as a raw material, availability of that raw material, quantity of that raw material, quality of that raw material, and cost of that raw material. Second factor, which is the thermodynamic and kinetics of chemical reaction involved. So there are various factors which also affect on thermodynamic and kinetic of chemical reaction involved, such as equilibrium, yield, rate, optimum condition. These all are affect on thermodynamics and kinetics of chemical reaction involved, and this also affect on feasibility of plant design. Facility and equipment available at present, facility and equipment which must be purchased, estimation of production cost and total investment, profit, material of construction, safety consideration, market. These all are various factors which affect on feasibility of plant design. When detailed data of process and film product specification are available, a complete market analysis combined with the consideration of all sales factors should be made, and analysis can be based on breakdown of item 9 to 15 as indicate in percentage list. If the sufficient information is available, a preliminary design may be developed in conjunct with the preliminary feasibility survey. In development the preliminary design, the chemical engineer must first establish the workable manufacturing process for the producing the desirable product. Quite often, number of alternative process or method may be available for manufacturing the same product. Except for those products obviously undesirable, each method should be given to consider. The preliminary design and process development work give the result analysis for detailed estimation design. The following factors should be established within a narrow limit before the detailed design developed, such as a manufacturing process, material and energy balance, temperature and pressure range, raw material and product specification, yield, reaction rate, time cycle, material of construction, utilization of requirement, and utilities, plant site. So these all are factors which affect. When the preceding information is included in the design, the result permit accurate estimation of required capital investment, manufacturing cost, and potential profit. Consideration should be given to the type of building, heating, ventilation, lighting, power, drainage, waste disposal, safety facility, and instrumentation. Before the manufacturer is contacted, the engineer should evaluate the design need and prepare the preliminary specification sheet for the equipment. This preliminary specification sheet can be used by the engineer as a basis of preparation of final specification, or it can be sent to a manufacturer with its request for suggestion and fabrication information. This effect of corrosion and erosion must be considered in design of chemical plant and equipment. Chemical resistance, physical property of construction material, therefore important factor in choice and design of equipment. The material of construction may be resistant to the corrosive action of any chemical that may be contact the surface. So this is all about the plant feasibility. I am completing my lecture here. Thank you.